What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Dr. J, and all of these hoes. I'm back. I got so much to catch you guys up on, man. It's ridiculous, bro. It's look at me. Look at me. It's ridiculous.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
It's so ridiculous. It's been wild out here, bro. I've been hearing so much about Diddy and all of these allegations, and it's like every single day, man, I'm hearing something new. I don't know what to believe, bro. Like, it's crazy. So, from what I'm understanding, and I've been hearing so many stories about Diddy, but like, I'm not gonna draw my conclusion just yet. My thing is, if homie was really out here trafficking like they say he was, you're wild. Especially in this day and age, bro. You are wild. Today's video... Oh no, are we not recording? Okay, I stand corrected. We were recording. We absolutely were recording. Today, today's video, we're going to be reacting to P. Diddy's rivals react to the raids and sex trafficking investigation. This is going to be hilarious. I've already known, I'm a huge fan of like 50 Cent. I love like old 50 Cent. I don't really think I've listened to anything new that he had recently, but you know, old 50 Cent is pretty dope. I know him and Diddy's rivalry, it spans literally since I was in like elementary, I want to say. I don't know. Anyways, this video is by Law and Crime Network. If you guys want to watch the original video, the link is going to be in the description down below. And without further ado, we're going to get into it.
Continued fallout from the sex trafficking probe against Sean Diddy Combs has his rivals seemingly rejoicing. From 50 Cent to Suge Knight to Danity Kane member Aubrey O'Day and former Diddy music collaborator Mace, all are reacting to the federal government.
I forgot about Mace. Is that bad? Is that bad? I forgot about Mace.
Sex trafficking probe against the hip-hop mogul. Their feuds against Diddy have ranged from business disputes to personal disputes, some even turning violent. One of the longest-standing beefs is probably with Death Row founder Marion Knight, better known as Suge Knight. The feud could be traced back to the early 90s, seemingly advancing the beef between East Coast rappers and West Coast rappers. The two reportedly used to be friends, but that relationship was never the same after Suge's friend and security guard Jake Robles was shot and killed outside an Atlanta nightclub in '95, after reportedly getting into an argument with someone from Diddy's bad boy entourage. Diddy, who was reportedly going by Puffy during that time, was celebrating Jermaine Dupri's birthday with members of his entourage at an after-party. Suge Knight was also in attendance and partying with his entourage when an argument broke out between both sides. An Atlanta PD officer who was working off-duty security for the party told the LA Times police escorted Puffy and his guests outside the club and thought the coast was clear, allowing Knight and his entourage to leave. He told the Times all of a sudden one of Puffy's men came around the corner with a gun, and by the time the officer/security guard got back to the front of the club, Suge's friend Jake Robles was shot multiple times. Robles died weeks later. Diddy denied his involvement in the shooting, but Suge reportedly held him responsible.
There we go with Usher. We all heard. You heard the stories. Don't lie to me. You heard the stories. We all heard. By the way, I wear glasses now. I know. It's been a while. Bro, Usher don't... I don't know, man. Hey, what? So what exactly happened with him and Usher? Let me know in the comment section down below, because I haven't been keeping up on the news. I've just been, every time I scroll through TikTok, I hear something new about the Diddy investigation.
Responsible for it. Just a month prior to the shooting, Suge Knight had insulted the Bad Boy founder at the 1995 Source Awards, when Knight openly criticized Diddy's ad-libs on his artists' songs and dancing in their videos. Knight went on stage saying, quote, "Anyone out there who want to be a recording artist and want to stay a star and don't have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the videos, all on the records, dancing, come to Death Row." That same year, Knight offered to post bail for rapper Tupac Shakur if the rapper agreed to sign with Death Row. Tupac agreed, which would later set the stage for the release of All Eyes on Me and the Don Illuminati. Tupac and Puffy's best friend Notorious B.I.G. were once friends, but their relationship also soured as the two became rivals, amplifying the East Coast and West Coast beef. Both would take shots at one another through songs, and the feud would turn violent, even deadly. Tupac was shot and killed after leaving a Mike Tyson fight in Las Vegas in September of '96. Biggie was shot and killed in Los Angeles just months later in March of '97. No one was ever charged for the '97 death of Christopher Wallace, aka Notorious B.I.G. However, in September of last year, Dwayne Keefe D. Davis, who was allegedly one of the last living witnesses to the fatal shooting of Tupac, was arrested and charged with the rapper's murder more than 2 decades after the All Eyes on Me rapper was gunned down in Vegas. Davis reportedly told LAPD investigators in 2008 Diddy offered him $1 million for Tupac's assassination. And while that claim has been unsubstantiated and Diddy has denied all involvement in Tupac's murder, is it possible the recent sex trafficking probe has anything to do with Keefe D's September arrest? Former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani says not likely.
That is insane. Because when you really think about it, I can't say that Diddy didn't have anything to do with Pac's death, but at the same time, I mean, the evidence is kind of like, it's out there, you know what I'm saying? And it's not super far outside of like the range of possibility, knowing how Diddy is. I mean, we all heard about the famous, him hanging somebody over like the balcony to get them to like sign some papers or something like that. What y'all think though, man? Let me know in the comment section down below. You think Diddy really has something to do with Pac's death? Because I mean, it's been speculated for the longest. We all really thought it was Suge Knight. I mean, I felt like Suge Knight had something to do with it, to be honest with you.
I think the Diddy investigation likely started when ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura filed that bombshell lawsuit in November. Of course, Diddy settled it the following day, but it was too late. Once that civil complaint was filed, the allegations were public, and other people started to come forward. We saw 3 or 4 additional lawsuits. I think the biggest one after Cassie was when Little Rod filed. And I mean, the allegations were salacious.
Do y'all remember who Lil Rod is? I don't remember Lil Rod, I'm gonna be honest. And I feel like that's kind of a bad name for you to have, especially in these situations. Am I right? I'm not gonna apologize.
And this was someone, Cassie, who had an 11-year relationship with Diddy. She knows where the bodies are buried. And she's talking about these terrible sex acts. She herself was drugged and raped. She was forced to have sex with male prostitutes. And of course, it was the allegations of sex with minor victims. I think that's what likely got the feds interested in the case. Now, if you're a prosecutor or you're Diddy's defense attorney, you have to anticipate the defense that this is just a disgruntled ex. This is someone that, fabricated allegations because of money. But when victim after victim comes forward and they corroborate the story, I think you have enough probable cause to open an investigation and get that search warrant. Now, when agents raided the home, I think they were looking for those videos. So 2 categories of videos. There were allegations that Diddy himself would videotape these sex acts, but also that he had hidden cameras all throughout his home and that they captured some of this unlawful conduct. So I think that's what law enforcement agents were looking for.
In light of last week's federal raids on Diddy's home, Suge Knight, who is serving a more than 20-year sentence for manslaughter, commented on his longtime rival seemingly pointing to Diddy spending time behind bars. In an outtake from his Collect Call podcast with Dave Mays, the Death Row founder gave his thoughts and prayers to Diddy's children. But Suge seemingly referred to the raids as a bad day for hip-hop, blasting the Bad Boy founder for giving hip-hop a bad image. In the clip, Suge said, "Diddy, your life is in danger because you know the secrets, who's involved in that little secret room you guys are participating in." Suge then warned his rival, "They're going to get you if they can." He said, "I turned myself in. Sometimes you got to face the music." Suge isn't the only rival of Diddy's commenting on the sex trafficking probe. In 6, when 50 Cent released a diss track called The Bomb, where he claimed Diddy knew who shot and killed rapper Notorious B.I.G. in '97. Diddy has frequently denied he had any information about his best friend's killer. Then in 2014, the feud between Diddy and 50 continued into their business ventures when both represented competing vodka brands. Over the years, 50 Cent is...
Yo, 50 Cent is so petty because it's like, I'm pretty sure you guys heard about what he did to Ja Rule. Like, him and Ja Rule have had a beef for like, since I don't even know. But again, I feel like I remember this beef happening like all the way back when I was in like elementary or middle school. So what 50 Cent did was he went and bought out like the whole first 2 rows of like the concert. So it looked like he was performing to like an empty concert. Good times. But yeah, that's definitely something 50 would do. You're invested in this vodka brand? I'm gonna invest in a different one. Man, I grew up listening to all of them. Really, a lot of these people that they're naming on here, 50, everything from Death Row. Death Row was like the soundtrack of my childhood. Being born and raised on the West Coast, this was back when Death Row was dropping new records like every month. Like, you got Snoop. This was, you know, back when Dre was with Death Row, Lady of Rage. You had, you know, all kind of like West Coast artists just straight out of the streets, like finding, you know, a way to like express themselves on wax. And then hearing them all these years later coming out to talk about like, hey bro, homie was doing weird stuff. And you know, it's crazy. But let's go ahead and finish this video up though. So I think I done ranted way too long already.
Also made jabs about Diddy's sexuality, often referring to the mega producer as fruity. During a 2018 episode of Drink Champs, 50 Cent said when he says things, he doesn't know what he be saying is like fruity. He says to Fabulous, me and you, we need a party. When people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. That thought was echoed last year when 50 Cent spoke about Diddy's infamous parties.
That's why I don't be going to them puffy parties. I hug you from the front and the back at the same time. What are you talking about? Look, if you're into that, I'm fine with it. To each his own. I'm just saying this ain't my kind of party. I like it. It's uncomfortable.
So could those in attendance of the infamous parties be called to speak with federal investigators as potential...
No, not Kanye. They got Kanye? And who was that next to? I don't know. Is that Scott Storch? That ain't Scott Storch. I don't know who that is. Oh man, they got Ye out here. Man, not Ye. Anybody but Ye. No, not anybody but Ye. But not Kanye. Oh my God.
Witnesses. Romani says some famous names should be concerned.
You know, when there's smoke, there's fire. I'm not saying that these allegations are necessarily true. Obviously, they have to be proven, but there are a lot of people that are perpetuating these rumors. And whether it's Cat Williams, whether it's 50 Cent, whether it's someone else, there seems to be a lot of legs to these rumors. And, you know, I'm someone that's a former federal prosecutor. I represent victims now. I tend to believe victims, especially when multiple victims are coming forward and they're telling the same story. So, you know, if you're involved in Bad Boy or Diddy's Inner Circle, or you've been present at these parties, I don't care if you're Justin Bieber, I don't care if you're Usher, Cuba Gooding Jr., Prince Harry. I mean, these are a lot of names that have been thrown about. I would be very concerned because you may be wrapped up in a big investigation. And, you know, as we know with the R. Kelly case, the Jeff Epstein case, usually when these rich and famous and powerful people are engaged in this type of sexual activity, they're not doing it alone, right? Obviously, Epstein had Ghislaine Maxwell. She was convicted and sent to federal prison. We know there's a lot of allegations right now against Diddy's chief of staff, Christina Joram, that she was involved in procuring some of these victims. There's allegations that Diddy's own sons, Justin and others, were involved in some of this. So I'm not saying that's necessarily true, but usually in these types of cases, people that have money, they're using others to groom and entice and solicit these victims and to get them. And if you're talking about these massive parties, and we've all seen the pictures, there's dozens of people at these parties. You know, what did they know? When did they know it? And what did they see? And if they saw these sex acts and worse participated in, they're either witnesses or even worse, you know, they're criminals and co-defendants.
Jeez, man. We gonna call this the end of the video. If you get this video to 200 likes, man, I'm gonna go ahead and drop part 2. But look, if you guys enjoyed this, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, hit the Cash App, man. It's in the description. You know what it is. I got Cash App, PayPal. Help me out, baby. You're helping to keep this channel running. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm doing it for the free. All of this is coming out of daddy's pocket. But, you know what I'm saying? Help me to help you. Anyways, I love you guys. Please stay safe, man. Clearly, it's a whole bunch of weirdos out here. Stay away from these Hollywood parties, period. All right? Like, it's been a lot happening, you know, with this type of stuff that's going on. You got, you know, Diddy. You got, you know, the whole Nickelodeon thing, which honestly, if you guys want, I can do a reaction to something about that too. It is what it is, I guess. You know, they just gonna do what they want to do. People is evil out here. Anyways, love you guys. Stay safe, and I'm out.